Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, a prophet, the herdsmen will be harmed and encouraged to slaughter us with impunity, and their masters will protect them. They are coming to ensure that my people are enslaved forever. Those who do not believe me will soon see it happen before their eyes. They are coming to elevate Hausa Fulani supremacy, to reposition the security agencies by sacking all competent hands and to replace them with their own kinsmen to drive ethnic domination of other tribes in Nigeria. This is a quote attributed to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, a group that has said and is still saying and will continue to say enough is enough. We don't want to be part of a fraud. We don't want to be part of a contraption that has expired. We don't want to be a part of an experiment that is not working, a jaundiced constitution, jaundiced structure. We are not even interested in restructuring, as there is nothing to restructure. All we want is to break. Nnamdi Kanu is not the first person that have come up with this. It happened, and this led to the civil war. Ojukwu, the light bearer of breakaway of Biafra, of course he had other people working, but then Ojukwu is the person that is known for this. He passed on some few years ago without achieving or actualizing Biafra. But then the ideas of Biafra, the agitation, the push, the faith, the struggle of Biafra is still embedded in the minds of a lot of people, even though some that were part of the civil war are no longer in this world with us. But the remnants and the rest are still on this same break away from Nigeria. This would never have come if the experiment of the very greedy British monarchy did not amalgamate or join the North and the South together, as they realized that the North was not profitable to the crown, the British crown. They realized that they needed to join a more viable South of Nigeria. South, it wasn't even called Nigeria. They decided to join together and they gave it the name Niger Area, Nigeria. Until date, some groups of very corrupt politicians in the North and the South, and definitely the northern part of Nigeria, where we have the puppets that are being used till date to subjugate, to suppress, and to oppress the rest of the expired contraption, Nigeria. The North is dragging themselves down. You'll find a lot of out-of-school children, hungry children, Amajiri on the street. Yet, they have the richest man, supposed in Africa, that got his money from monopoly, Dangote. Yet, they have a lot of politicians and a lot of people that have stolen the wealth of the nation dry. And with the oil, crude oil that has been discovered in the northeastern part of Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria, somewhere there, one would have thought that at least let there be peace. Let everyone go and develop their own region. But that is not the case at the moment, as they still want to keep other people on their knees. Lack of development will be found much more in the north, yet they are trying to tie the southern part of Nigeria. And a lot of groups have been created so far, but presently IPOB, headed by Nnamdi Kanu and some other dignified Biafrans, are the ones that are lending their voice, their struggle, their strength, and sacrificing a lot. In fact, recently he lost both of his parents, all because of this struggle. Nigerian military accompanied herdsmen in killing 8 persons in Delta community on Saturday. Governor Okowa raises alarm, 16th February 2020. Now, comparing these two quotes by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the governor, Okowa, one cannot help but to ask if Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet because his words are coming to pass. And that is just what it is. Now, this man has been given a message, and there is nothing that will not make him deliver his message, notwithstanding what anyone is going to say, unless you are happy with the way things are, the structure, and how things are in general. Just imagine the state of insecurity in the nation. It has gotten worse under the watch of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, a person that one would have thought would have acted more efficiently when it comes to fighting insurgency, banditry, and the general terrorism that we have in the northern part of Nigeria. But he was quoted to have said in an interview in London, where he said $2.1 billion, that $1 billion, I'm not talking of naira, allocated $1 billion allocated to fight terrorism under the watch of Goodluck Jonathan was embezzled. He said they shared the money as if it was their lunch and dinner. You know Sambo Dasuki from the northern part of Nigeria. Now, that is to tell you that there are groups of people in the north, in the south, that have joined hands together to keep people subjugated and oppressed. One will wonder why terrorism has not been crushed in Nigeria. Are you saying the military are lesser, equipped, trained than some few lawless, godless, evil, satanic groups of people in the northern part of Nigeria called Boko Haram? That is because there is a lot that is being played on the ground. And because the expired country that Nnamdi Kanu has called Zoo Republic, a contraption, because there are some sympathizers that are forgiving Boko Haram. They say they are rehabilitating a terrorist. Yes, we know that Amajiri children, the ones that the northern governors and the structure there and their religion, their own understanding of Islam, and their leader, their elites, we know that all the structure, culture, and everything together has produced the Amajiri children that you see on the street. And this is a fertile ground where Boko Haram, ISWAP, terrorists, bandits, cattle rustlers, and the rest of that are vested. Education is a no to them. They say they go to study Arabic, Islam, and the rest of that. Can you study Arabic knowledge and become a medical doctor? These are the questions. Can you become an engineer? How do you become productive? They are dragging the rest of the nation down. When you go into the corporate bodies, you will barely find someone from the north that is occupying that position because he has what it takes or merits. You will find only the Southerners occupying this position. What are they interested in? Grabbing of power. Who has done this to us? So he brought this out already. Herdsmen will be armed and they will be encouraged to slaughter. When the issue of Hausa Fulani banditry, kidnapping all came up, Buhari was slow. He never said anything. He said Hausa Fulani herdsmen only carry sticks. So question is this, who are the ones with the guns? They say pictures were being manipulated and brought in to show because he is an Hausa Fulani and he's the president. Are we going to say cattle do not roam around the streets? Before, yes. Many years ago, I have always seen cattle roaming around the nation. And I wonder why cattle have to roam around the nation. Why is it that these people do not have their ranches? I've always thought about this when I was much younger because I couldn't understand why this is so. But now they are moving around, careless about nothing, slaughtering, kidnapping with impunity, and they believe that their masters will protect them. When people talk about Islamization or Hausa Fulani supremacy, people do not understand that this is what brought about the civil war itself. The civil war came up because they decided not to do the right thing. That is why the civil war came in. Because some groups of people in the north felt that they had a bigger landmass, they felt that they were much more, and they felt that they could dominate the rest. And they took over the parliament, took over everywhere, the Senate and everything, the structure they had then? Is it the parliament or the Senate? They took over everything. And they want to dictate to the rest of the South. And a lot of people became disgruntled and they wanted an end to the structure, an end to this. They did what they could do at their own time. And this led into civil war, a war that should never have happened. But now, it's a different message. Is Nnamdi Kanu a prophet? That is the question. He said they are coming to elevate Hausa Fulani supremacy, to reposition the security agencies by sacking all competent hands. And they will replace them with their own kinsmen to drive ethnic domination of other tribes in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 6th February 2014. I want you to check the list of the security personnel and other juicy positions that are presently being occupied. You will realize that the people occupying this position are basically from the north of Nigeria. Army, north. NSA, north. EFCC, north. Defense, north. Air Force, north. Police, north. NSCDC, north. DSS, north. NIS, north. NIP, north. FRSC, north. That's the Federal Inland Revenue Service that was once occupied by someone from the southwestern part of Nigeria. Somehow, they brought in a story of corruption, and a northerner took over. Fire Service, north. NIMA, north. Customs, north. Defense Staff, north. South. NIA, south. Navy, south. Question is this: how many people have occupied that position from the north? Is this true federalism? I do not see any federal character here. Let us meet at the comment section below. Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not a prophet? Okowa, what he has said, is he not saying the truth? Are they not resonating? Are they not concurring? If you're not a member of this channel, we can grow it together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It would alert you whenever videos such as this are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.